so before we actually begin, I want to leave a message to DeadMemeKoopa because we want to address something real quick. We are aware that the video is more than a month old, and if anyone's asking why the fuck are we saying this now, it's because, for one thing, while yes, we are most likely reiterating what people have said to you in your original video, some people might not know about the issue that plagues this video. So if you're aware of the problems, that wouldn't apply for the rest of the people that are watching this. So take it as some sort of way for people to learn about the mistakes so anyone can prevent the issues. And if you want to take the criticisms, that's all within your right. And second, it's been worked on for quite a while, and we didn't want to scrap the co-op since this has a lot of points and effort placed, and it would be a waste as well considering that it's been worked on for that amount of time as the scripting, and well, basically editing as well, because it could potentially be a bitch as well as real life too for both of us, so there's your explanation. Half-ass maybe, but you get the point. So with that in mind, hopefully we can get that out of the way, move on, go and enjoy ourselves, have a good time, and enjoy the commentary. See ya!
Okay, so I've got this material here. I don't know what to do with it. I mean, I guess a solo comm would be fine, but it's been a while since my last co-op. Maybe I should try my new summon ability. But who should I summon? Of course! I know just the person! Despacito! Oh, hey, Tippy.
Ow! Uh-oh. That hurts! Wait, where am I? Who are— Oh! Hey, Lunatic! What did I end up here for? All I was doing was just watching an anime shows, and I was just doing nothing productive with my life, and suddenly I get transported into the sky! Oh shit, why? Ah!
Well, there's this cool tutorial on YouTube on how to summon your friends on YouTube. To summon you, all I needed was a copy of Sword Art Online and to sing a portion of that really bad Spanish song that I hear you don't like.
Wait, why is the— Oh, okay, now I got it. We somehow managed to have an anime situation now that I think about it.
Well, you're here, I have material, I'm bored, and you're in my house. I think by commentator law, this means we're gonna have to co-op.
Wait, don't tell me.
Dwebly's in it.
Even though the words favorite and best are synonymous, both words are very highly opinionated.
Fucking why?
Despacito, despacito, deja que te diga cosas al oído, para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo. Despacito, quiero bailar tu pelo, quiero ser tu ritmo, que le enseñes a mi boca los lugares favoritos, favoritos, baby. Déjame en mi costar tus zonas de peligro.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Hell I Mean Another Commentary.
What's the difference?
Well, we're going to burn eventually, but anyways. Today we'll be covering DeadMemeKoopa, who did a response to Dwebly, formerly known as Lucas C.
A bad commentary. On Dwebly. I'm disappointed. I'm upset. I'm gonna go to bed. Good night.
Oh, no you ain't going anywhere, you fucking bastard. You called me on this train wreck and interrupted my yaoi fun time, so you're going to tag along with me. Don't be a pussy and get the fuck up!
Wake me up the first day of 10th grade so I could be a little less depressed about this.
Don't fucking test me. I can play the trumpet all day if I want to.
Okay, I'll do it.
Good. Now prepare your brain cells since this will be a wild ride.
Well, so a month ago, a reviewer by the name of Cosmonaut did a review on a SpongeBob episode known as Ink Lemonade. Afterwards, another YouTuber by the name of Professor Cartoons did a commentary on that review. After that, commentator Dwebly, at the time known as Lucas C, did a commentary on that, and well, that video was actually garbage. This video was covered by DeadMemeKoopa, who, made me feel sad. Yeah, that.
I'm actually surprised that Koopa, out of all things, failed to cover Lucas. BowserDudes X will not be happy about this at all.
Well, I doubt he'd mind if all he's doing is memeing around all the time. That and shipping himself with you.
Let's not talk about that and get right into this mess.
Tippy X BowserDude best OTP changed my mind.
Jesus fucking Christ. I will beat you with a bat if you mention this again.
So, a person named Dwebly made a commentary on Megadroop TV's video criticizing a SpongeBob review. And oh boy, is Dwebly's video bad. I mean really bad. But before I go into this video, notice how Dwebly's video is only 9 minutes and 48 seconds long, while MegaDupe's full video is 24 minutes and 28 seconds. Keep that in mind while watching this horrible video.
Oh, so because the video is 9 minutes long out of 20 minutes of Cartoon's original video, it means it's bad. I think we are going full sci-fan with this one. Yay! Why the fuck did I brought him up again? Bleh.
Also, I don't really see why it being 9 minutes of a 20-minute video is an issue. Like, is the problem that he doesn't cover the whole thing? Is the problem that he covers a lot of the video from your standpoint? Legit, I'm actually wondering, because saying this like the way you did honestly means like nothing.
Also, he said to keep in mind with the minutes themselves, implying it's important to the actual video, in which I call fucking bullshit because it becomes as irrelevant as
Me to the CC?
this is not the time for self-deprecation, Lunatic. Focus!
But it's true!
No, we aren't going to discuss about this until after we're done with the video.
Meet Professor Cartoons.
I'm sorry. Did you just say Professor Tuttoons?
I wanna fucking die.
Formerly known as MegaDupe TV. Despite me being in the CC now, I still enjoy his content.
What does you being in the CC have to do with liking someone's videos?
I find this point so interesting because your argument could actually have feet to it. Let's say you weren't familiar with the commentary community. How would you know why CC members apparently don't enjoy MegaDupe? Really, what Dwebly said is only a side note that really doesn't mean anything in the long run, but to be honest, I can understand a little bit of the confusion. However, I can tell you're at least familiar with this since you later bring up the Neo in this video, so your point can't be it seems completely unrelated. It has to be something along the lines of not understanding the relevance, so to correct you, we're talking about MegaDupe here.
To be more specific, MegaDupe was known for having an ego after his video on the CC, which resorted to people not liking him. He had a beef with the community for that, and the rest is history. So yeah.
So it's possible that he wants to stand out from the crowd, you know, to kind of establish that he isn't here to harp on MegaDupe for things he did in the past. Oofy, I know.
There's your more detailed explanation for your question. Now continue on with your labor, you peasant.
With that being said, this video...
I'm sorry, I got a hard time understanding what you just said there. Did you mean that his video was bad or something else?
I wanna fucking die.
Hey Koopa! This is BowserDudes' joke-shipping girlfriend, Vegan, and you just cut out Dwebly off in the middle of his own explanation. He was explaining what the video is even about, and he even said that the video was bad literally a second after your own interjection.
He made a bad commentary on a cartoon reviewer named Cosmodor.
Don't make me grab a hockey stick and use it as a putt just like my joke boyfriend.
But that's like the Canadian way of doing things, aren't you Puerto Rican?
What did you just call me?
Fuck, I didn't mean it!
Don't run away from me, you bitch!
It hurts me to say this, but there's a new worst SpongeBob episode.
I mean, is it really surprising considering the show is literally 19 years old at this point? Even if the show is getting better, you can't just expect there to not be a shit episode every once in a while.
Second of all, SpongeBob is practically going through a renaissance. Seeing a bad episode from this era is more jarring than seeing one from season 6 or 7.
While you're not wrong about that, MegaDupe's point was that since the show was like 19 years old, you can't just not expect a crappy episode from time to time.
Yeah, MegaDupe's point was that you can't expect to not have an episode once in a while, but Dwebly's point was that the fact that the current seasons have more bad episodes, or the quote-unquote bad episodes, are more apparent. It makes things look worse compared to noticing a bad episode from the past.
Also, is it just me or are you just dancing around Dwebly's point rather than getting where he's coming from, or let alone debunk it? Sure, one could go and argue that Dwebly's point really doesn't do anything in the grand scheme of things, and at most it stems as a personal complaint, but you aren't actually doing anything in this either aside from you repeating the same thing MegaDupe said. It's like using a tape recording and having it on repeat.
I guess we can scratch off speech impediment on a Patrick's stupidity level bingo card. And I swear to God, they have dumped him down endlessly in this episode. Even in other ones of the same season where they went the route of overemphasizing his stupidity levels, he didn't look like a big pink monkey man as he does here. I thought that's what his sister is for anyway.
Oh yes, because how dare they have character designs that display his stupidity. Seriously, that's your complaint? That he looks like a big monkey man even though he is a stupid character? Fucking hell, man.
His main point was that Patrick was annoying. Not that he was a stupid monkey. He just took one part of his argument and pretending that that was his main complaint.
You're doing the same thing MegaDupe supposedly did. The monkey part wasn't the main part of MegaDupe's point.
The part where he was talking about rising Patrick's stupidity levels was the main part.
Congratulations! We have gotten to the part where majority of the people in this fucking chain have done goof. Here, have a penis trophy and be proud of it!
Ha! I already have like 10 of those.
Nice! I have an 11th one then. Everyone wins one! Yay!
Oh, but this was participation.
But in all seriousness though, I'm sure that most people in this fucking chain got this shit badly. First though, let's start off with Professor Cartoons. Okay, so just because you're addressing that the character is supposed to be stupid, or by mere looks is supposed to quote-unquote indicate that the character is stupid, that doesn't negate Cosmodore's complaint that Patrick's stupidity levels can make him feel annoyed. Yes, Patrick is supposed to be stupid and expected to be stupid, but at the end of the day, that doesn't really take away Cosmodore's entire point, which based on what is displayed, compared to the previous episodes from the exact same season, the emphasis on his stupidity levels has gotten worse, which can potentially decrease the value of the character's point in this instance. Second, for Dwebly, you're not exactly in the wrong, however, that's not what Cartoons was trying to do in this particular scenario. In that specific part that he's interjecting, he just tackling particularly the stupidity level, and that's really it. And even if you were correct, you didn't actually demonstrate how he's actually taking part of the entire argument, it's just making it the main point. Sure, this doesn't negate that Cartoon's point was still poorly structured, as this also doesn't negate Cosmodore, but if anything, you should attempt to prove that he's doing this particular case, unless I'm missing something here. And finally, Koopa, you're really not debunking anything that Dwebly is saying in this either. You're just repeating the same shit that Cartoon said in his own video, and even as a way of addressing it doesn't really work much, considering that by the end, it doesn't negate Dwebly's own complaint either that much. In other words, this introduction seems pointless since he is probably aware of it already when Cartoon said it and you're just reiterating what he just said. So, good job! You did nothing, Kappa.
Also, why is there a filter over the original video at this part, but not at any other part? It is honestly very distracting.
Why are you complaining about video filters again? Like I said earlier, he probably put the filters on so that his video wouldn't get taken down. It doesn't matter if it was only in one part. And how is that distracting? For me, if I could still see the video clearly, filters aren't distracting.
Let me just be clear and say you're both annoying me right now. Is this some sort of new fetish? Subjectivity on subjectivity? On subjectivity? Honestly, I do not see the appeal.
When I think about it, it almost sounds like a trick.
And that's why it's a problem. Koopa, well, I think you misunderstood. Sure, being able to see the videos knowing that it likely won't be taken down thanks to this filter may be fine to you, but on the contrary, it could be distracting and annoying for others who want to watch the same video, i.e. Dwebly.com over here. On top of that, the change of filters can be seen as inconsistent, which is another thing people could find bothersome because it can come off as distracting for some.
Oh, just like this video. It's fucking burst! This video's already dog shit! Who the fuck added these bad filters? For fuck's sakes, fucking hell!
Squidward goes on to rant on about his stupidity because he is the big meme man that doesn't let Patrick have his fun, but does end up giving him an old trash lemon. What? Did they dumb every character in this episode down?
Okay. Did you even watch the same episode that I did, or are you this degenerate?
Happy holidays, you degenerate motherfuckers.
Of course a Neo-CC member would make this joke.
But Koopa, didn't you know? Neo means new and the CC isn't new.
I'm just going to walk away from this shit cause I give no fuss about that, nigga.
At least we know you're living up to the dead meme part of your name. Sorry dude, the Neo CC isn't around anymore. If you want something like that, you should go see those guys.
That's just a straight up bird over there. I gave this a 7-8 out of 10. Too much fire though.
You smell that?
SpongeBob, who is suddenly just kind of there, scares Squidward with a megaphone. A gag they have already used 3 times now, I should add, making Squidward pour ink into Patrick's lemonade. Yes, this is gross, especially considering it's coming out of Squidward's nose, but don't worry, it gets worse, because SpongeBob and Patrick's second customer then drinks Squidward's snot water, instantly getting addicted to it.
Seriously? Is this what cartoon reviewers are bitching about now? Ink that doesn't even look that disgusting? Granted, it came out of Squidward's nose, but at the end of the day, it's just fucking ink. Is that really that disgusting now?
Okay, it may look disgusting to you, but others may find it gross. Your subjectivity does not counter Coswell or really anyone else's subjectivity.
Megadupe never said it did. This is a useless point.
Yeah, so? He didn't say it? He's still arguing cartoon reviewers, and by that I mean one guy, are being ridiculous over what is essentially ink, which he doesn't find disgusting. That's subjective. And illegal. I mean, I think.
Also, an useless point. Now, granted, the way Dwebly worded himself in this instance can be quite shaky, but that in itself isn't useless, as he's stating that Katoon's own subjectivity doesn't debunk anyone else's subjectivity. Let's not mention that Katoon's point was poorly structured, since his point can be perceived as a generalization of the cartoon reviewers, when there's multiple factors to why the ink joke can be disgusting, and that can also be varied for them as well. So, in other words, this was just a dumb point that is dumber than Dwebly's point. Congratulations. I think I should stop saying that because it's quite repetitive, I guess.
I know you have an ego, but Jesus Christ.
What does this have to do with his ego exactly?
Treating opinions like facts is a whole other level of pretentious.
Megadupe was not treating his opinion like it was fact, alright? He was just saying that at the end of the day, it's just cartoon ink.
Oh my god, we have to allow it to go through. Wait, the house is on fire!
Oh, this? Yeah, see, Silver let me borrow his mixtape for the weekend.
Was that mixtape that bad to the point of making your house burn? What is this magic bullshit?
No, he just said it was fire, that was all.
This is still bullshit though. But while we're having the house burning on fire and potentially killing us all, first of all, Koopa, what was the point of interjecting this particular part of the video before Dwebly decided to explain why he brought up the ego? That seems really pointless if you ask me. When Dwebly brought up the ego in this instance, he meant that Katoons has a tendency to stand on more high grounds than its size, which can be indicated in the video as well, to then later on explain why he came to this conclusion. Granted, Dwebly did have somewhat of a decent point, however, the best I can say for him is that the word pretentious isn't the best way to use in this case. Elitism would be the proper word to use in what you're describing. Call this a minor nitpick, but I do believe that this would have benefited your point more. And second, how is Katoons really not treating his opinion like fact? With the way he structured his point in that particular scene, along with the tone and how extremely subjective it is, at the end of the day, while he has the right to state his own stance, that doesn't do much in the grand scheme of things against Cosmodor, especially with the way he structured his own point generalizing the community for potentially having a distaste for the ink joke, when there's multiple factors as to why this aspect in particular was getting criticized for, let alone the entire episode or other factors that made the episode bad. Jesus fucking Christ, my head hurts so bad right now.
Get Squidward into making more ink with him ripping off his whole skin in front. Feels just like old season 6 times, doesn't it?
I never understood why these cartoon reviewing retards constantly spurg out over gross out in a cartoon.
And this is the definition of a non-interjection. All this is just saying, my opinion's always fact.
Okay, I really don't see the point here. He was pointing out that cartoon reviewers always spurg out. I don't think it really matters whether he thinks his opinion was a fact or not.
Fuck this chain. Fuck this chain. Fuck this chain. Fuck this chain.
Well, then just go and take a chill pill or eat ice cream or do an ice bucket challenge. I don't know. Something to cool you off.
Would burning a tree help?
Do you want to get arrested by the police? Because that's illegal as shit.
Well, hey, I'm black. It's gonna happen at some point. Actually, wait. Would it burn better from the base or the tip? DB, I need your opinion on this.
You just pulled the trigger. Don't you ever do it again.
You know, the more I think about this, the more this interjection is just a social commentary on the lives of black people.
You know, I also realized something. This entire thing is the definition of love life hell. Cool.
Is that Sans?
The line at his lemonade stand got even bigger since, and so he gets a gigantic spider, which again is just kind of there.
Yeah, because nitpicking the episode on how illogical it is, even though it's fucking SpongeBob, is definitely the way to go.
I can understand where you're coming from, Katoons, if Cosmodor pulled a Mr. Enter and dwelled on the giant spider for, let's say, at least 30 seconds, but he didn't. He pointed out an obvious yet minor flaw and moved on.
That was Megadupe's point. That Cosmodor pointed out a minor flaw that was really, at the end of the day, just a nitpick.
Tippy, you need to tell your boyfriend that he needs to step it up if this is the best his soldiers can do. What I mean by that is, holy shit, do you not have ears? You say that Katoon's point was what Dwebly just said, but, no, not really. Katoons was arguing that Cosmoner was nitpicking for sure, and Dwebly agreed that it was a nitpick, but Dwebly argued that because that nitpick was fast and really didn't chop off the pacing, it didn't matter. So, no, that wasn't his point. Baka?
Also, I'm actually surprised that nobody took notice of the actual issue from Katoon's own wording. Hey Katoons! You do realize that what you're essentially doing is a straw man, right? Cosmodor never implied that it was illogical or even gave an indicator that it was illogical. He said that it's just there, aka just like standing still and do nothing in the grand scheme of things. Even if it was a nitpick, it doesn't negate his point that the spider is just there. Also, just because it's SpongeBob, that doesn't mean that it shouldn't have pointers towards its issues respectfully. That's like saying we can't point out fillers in Naruto Shippuden because it's Naruto Shippuden. Even if they're nitpicks, just saying that it's something doesn't negate much for everyone else, you wanker.
Pop this piece of crap in, and what do you get? Fucking believe it.
I'm glad that you have backstory towards your video, but holy crud, it does not have to take up that much time.
As long as he's giving context at the beginning, I really don't think it matters how long it is.
Holy shit!
You know what? Fuck this shit, Lunatic. We're gonna end it here because at this point we're just hammering a non-existent point.
Aren't you the one who dragged me out of bed for this?
Yeah, because you fucking called me to come here. Like, you don't get it. Oh god. Anyways, like, no, we're done. We're done. No more. Like, can it, just to save our brain cells, I'll leave what's left of it.
Final thoughts? Fuck you, Bowser dude!